Dr. Munjal, thanks for joining in. You were keen
Thank you
on
for having
seeing,
me.
you were keen on seeing far more happen in terms of capex spends that seem to have happened this time round. What did you make first of the capex details that were provided in the budget?
We're absolutely delighted with this announcement. Clearly, I see this as a progressive and a growth-oriented budget with a long-term vision. And not just the capex around infra, but also the announcement around the interest-free loans for the states. All of this put together and the focus behind Gati Shakti. All of this, I personally believe, is a very good thing for the nation, will definitely also generate employment.
I was speaking earlier with Sanjeev Bajaj, and we were sort of talking about the fact that there does seem some compression in terms of what's happening at a household level. Demand is far more subdued, spend is far more subdued. What do you expect to see on that count in the year ahead?
Well, again, this budget is focusing on housing, especially on the low-cost housing. I do believe that this year we will see more and more housing generated, and this focus is continuing from before, from the previous years as well.
My colleague Alicia is waiting by as well, and she's got some questions for you too. Alicia.
The auto sector
You need
at
to
Mint
unmute.
and yes, I hope I'm audible in the newsroom.
You are.
Yeah.
Great. So, Dr. Munjal, there were a bunch of announcements related, to the circular economy and really providing a push to, electrification as well. We saw, announcements about swappable batteries and a policy to that effect that might come through. From what's been indicated so far, MotoCorp itself has plans to launch an electric two-wheeler very, very soon. You already have investments and acquisitions in this space. So, if you can speak to, what the impact of these announcements would be, in the two-wheeler market, particularly, to your business. You are currently the largest selling two-wheeler maker in the country.
Let me say that I'm personally very delighted with the focus on sustainability. Clearly, we are moving towards a cleaner, a greener, and also a digital future, not just for ourselves, also for our future generations. All of us in the automotive industry are moving towards electrification. Some have done it, some are in the process of doing it. And all this emphasis around sustainability, electric vehicles, whether it's swappable batteries or it's the interoperability and the green bonds, all of this put together is a very good thing to happen for the industry. We are all on that same track already.
Right. Mr. Munjal, often, a factor that's cited that, that had so far hindered adoption of EVs despite the government policies was that the initial cost and the lifetime cost due to battery replacement, etc., tend to be high. Do you think that these sort of policies would remedy that situation? And when you do come out with your own products, is swappable battery something that you would, want to integrate into your products?
When these transitions happen, they don't happen overnight. They happen over a period of time. And between the government, between the support, the incentives coming from the government side, from the states, and the investments being put in by the private sector, all of this will bring the infrastructure in as well. And as the volumes go up, as there's development going on in batteries continuously, all of this will, of course, bring the prices down, will make products more and more affordable. Having said that, most of us today are developing products which will be affordable. And in certain cases, there is cash burn. In other cases, there is no cash burn. But overall, having said what I just said, it's a great move for all of us. And well, while I'm here with a CII hat, but let me just say in a quick line that we are already into swapping. We have a joint venture with Gogoro from Taiwan for swapping.
Right. Lastly, Dr. Munjal, there has been stress in the two-wheeler market, particularly the rural economy. The commuter segment, acquires a large chunk of sales from the semi-urban and rural markets as well. What sort of, impact do you think announcements from this budget will have on this market? Do you see a demand boost taking place anytime soon?
I'm looking forward to the sentiment in the rural sector once again becoming better with the announcements of the capex in infrastructure. And to my mind, a large part of this capex will go into the rural sector.
Right. So an improvement to be expected there. Just one last question, Dr. Manjal, before handing it back to Mitali. The government also has, a PLI scheme in place for advanced chemistry cells. We have seen a few companies apply for it and bids are under evaluation. Any plans that, you would have to foray into manufacturing cells locally too?
As I said, I am today wearing the CII hat, and the PLI scheme for the cells has already taken off, and companies have already applied for this scheme.